Turning limits into legends, a path to unstoppable greatness. We all face limits in life. They come in many forms: physical boundaries, mental barriers, external obstacles, societal pressures, or even our own doubts. Limits are inevitable. They are a part of being human. But what if I told you that these limits, the very things that seem like roadblocks, can be the very things that launch you toward greatness? What if I told you that those who achieve the extraordinary don't just break through their limits, they turn them into their greatest strengths? Turning limits into legends is not just a phrase. It's a philosophy. It's a mindset. It's the belief that nothing, absolutely nothing, can hold you back unless you let it. Limits are not walls, they're challenges. We often see limits as barriers, as things that stop us. We look at our shortcomings, whether it's lack of resources, skills, time, or support, and think, I can't go any further. But what if you flip that thinking? What if instead of seeing limits as things that stop you, you saw them as challenges, the very obstacles that make the journey worth taking? Imagine if every time you hit a wall, you didn't just face it with frustration, but with curiosity. What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? The most successful people in history didn't just walk a path that was clear of obstacles. No, they embraced their limits, stared them down, and used every challenge to propel them forward. Those limits? They became the very fuel that fired up their legendary journey. The power of reframing limits. What separates those who break through limits and those who stay stuck? It's the way you choose to see your challenges. When you reframe your limits, you shift your mindset from I can't to I will find a way. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed over 1,000 times before he perfected the light bulb. If he had given up, we'd still be sitting in the dark, thinking about what might have been. Edison didn't see failure as a limit. He saw it as one step closer to success. For him, each attempt was a lesson, and each failure was just another part of the process. So ask yourself, what limits are you facing today? Is it time, money, energy, confidence? How can you reframe those limits into opportunities for growth? What would happen if you decided to use them to fuel your legend instead of holding you back? Turning adversity into advantage. Every legendary figure, from athletes to inventors to entrepreneurs, has faced adversity. The difference between them and everyone else is how they responded to adversity. They didn't retreat, they advanced. Nelson Mandela, after spending 27 years in prison, didn't come out broken. He came out stronger, with a clear vision and a deep sense of purpose. Similarly, J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was finally accepted. Each rejection could have been seen as a limit, but she chose to persevere. What can you learn from their stories? Adversity is not a dead end, it's a turning point. It's the chance to prove to yourself that you are more powerful than you think. Consistency builds legends, not just talent. Let's face it, talent can only take you so far. Talent is a gift, but without consistent effort and an unwavering commitment to your goals, it won't last. Legends are not made overnight. They are made through persistent, focused effort every single day. Think of Serena Williams. She didn't become a champion by relying on her natural abilities alone. She worked tirelessly, day in and day out, to push her physical limits, refine her technique, and strengthen her mind. She knew that it was the relentless, day-to-day work that would create a legacy. Greatness is born from daily habits and choices that move you closer to your goals. So, ask yourself, what can I do today to turn my limits into something legendary? Even the smallest step, the smallest action, can shift the course of your life. The daily grind adds up. The power of the unstoppable mindset. When you commit to sharpening your mind every single day, you are training yourself to be unstoppable. The more you face challenges head-on, the stronger your mind becomes. The more you break through limits, the more resilient you become. Imagine waking up every morning with the confidence that no limit can hold you back. That's the kind of power you build when you make the choice to turn your challenges into opportunities. It's the choice to become unstoppable. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It's the key that can unlock any door, shatter any limit, and create a legacy that will inspire others for generations. The more you sharpen it, the more you turn every setback into a comeback. Your limits are not the end, they are the beginning. The story of your life doesn't end at your limits, it begins there. That's where you prove who you really are. That's where you show the world what you're made of. Your limits are not the finish line. They're the starting point of your greatness. When you decide to turn your limits into legends, you are not just achieving something for yourself. You are creating a story that will inspire others, that will push the boundaries of what is possible, and that will leave a lasting impact on everyone who witnesses it. Conclusion. So here's the question. Will you let your limits define you, or will you choose to turn them into something legendary? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. It all starts with your decision to push past what you think is possible, to reframe your obstacles as opportunities, and to sharpen your mind every single day. Remember, every limit is just an invitation to greatness. And legends? They are made by those who dare to turn the impossible into possible, one step at a time. So go ahead, start today. Turn your limits into legends.